5 rooting hormones you can make from your kitchen, right here at the Soil Science Garden. If you've ever tried to propagate your favorite plant and watch the cutting well, sit there, doing absolutely nothing, you're not alone. Rooting can feel like a mystery. One cutting thrives, another fails, and you're left wondering, what went wrong? Here's the truth most gardeners don't realize. Plants already contain natural hormones that trigger root growth. The trick is learning how to boost that process using simple, powerful ingredients you already have at home. On the Soil Science Garden, we're all about working with nature, not against it. And today, I'm going to walk you through 5 incredibly effective rooting hormones you can make straight from your kitchen. No chemicals, no fancy products, just real science and practical gardening. These methods are beginner-friendly, but don't underestimate them. Some are so effective they rival commercial rooting powders. Before we jump in, let's quickly break this down in a simple way. When you take a cutting, the plant needs to switch from growing leaves mode to growing roots mode. This shift is controlled by plant hormones called auxins. The higher the auxin concentration at the cut site, the faster and stronger roots will form. Natural rooting solutions work in 2 main ways. They introduce auxin-like compounds, or they create an environment that encourages root development. Now let's get into the good stuff. Honey, nature's protective root booster. Honey might not technically contain high levels of auxins, but don't overlook it. It's one of the most powerful natural rooting aids you can use. What makes honey special is its antibacterial and antifungal properties. When you dip a cutting into honey, you're protecting that vulnerable cut site from infection, which is one of the biggest reasons cuttings fail. Think of honey as your plant's first line of defense. To use it, take a fresh cutting and dip the cut end into raw honey. Make sure it's well coated, then plant it directly into your growing medium, soil, coco peat, or even water propagation setups. The result? A clean, protected cutting that can focus all its energy on developing roots instead of fighting off pathogens. For beginners, this is one of the easiest and safest methods to start with. Cinnamon, the hidden rooting ally. Cinnamon is another kitchen staple that most gardeners underestimate. Like honey, cinnamon isn't a strong source of rooting hormones, but it excels at something equally important: preventing rot and disease. If you've ever had a cutting turn black or mushy, that's usually fungal infection. Cinnamon acts as a natural fungicide, keeping the cutting healthy during those critical early days. To use cinnamon, simply dip the cut end of your plant into water, then into cinnamon powder. Tap off the excess and plant it immediately. The beauty of cinnamon is that it pairs perfectly with other methods. Many experienced gardeners combine cinnamon with honey for a powerful 1-2 punch, protection plus moisture sealing. If you're propagating plants that are prone to rot, like soft stem herbs or succulents, cinnamon can make a huge difference. Aloe vera. Now that's a natural rooting powerhouse. We're stepping into some serious rooting territory here. Aloe vera isn't just good for your skin. It's actually packed with enzymes, amino acids, and natural plant hormones that actively stimulate root growth. Inside that gel, you'll find a mix of compounds that encourage cell division, boost resistance to stress, and speed up root initiation. To use aloe vera, just cut a fresh leaf and extract the gel. You can either dip your cutting directly into the gel or blend it with a little water to create a liquid solution. Dip your cutting into this mixture, making sure the cut end is well coated, then plant it in your chosen medium. What I really love about aloe is that it doesn't just help roots form, it helps them form stronger and faster. If you're propagating valuable plants or just want higher success rates, this is honestly one of the best natural options available. Garlic water. Now that's the underground protector. This one might surprise you. Garlic isn't a rooting hormone in the traditional sense, but it plays a crucial supporting role by eliminating harmful microbes in the soil and on the cutting. Garlic contains sulfur compounds that are incredibly effective at killing bacteria and fungi. That creates a cleaner environment where roots can develop without interference. To make garlic water, crush a few cloves and soak them in water for several hours. Strain the liquid and use it to dip your cuttings before planting. You can also use it to lightly water your propagation medium. But here's the key: don't overdo it. Garlic is powerful, and too strong a solution can stress your plants, so always dilute it well. Used correctly, garlic water acts like a protective shield, ensuring your cuttings stay healthy long enough to establish roots. Willow Water. Now, this is the ultimate natural rooting hormone. If there's one method on this list that really mimics commercial rooting hormone, it's this one. Willow trees are naturally rich in indole-butyric acid, or IBA, a powerful auxin that directly stimulates root growth. This is actually the same compound you'll find in many store-bought rooting products. On top of that, willow contains salicylic acid, which helps plants manage stress and resist disease. To make willow water, gather young willow branches, the green, flexible ones, cut them into small pieces, and soak them in water for about 24 to 48 hours. The water absorbs the natural hormones from the willow, creating a really potent rooting solution. Use this liquid to soak your cuttings before planting, or even as a watering solution during the early stages of propagation. If you can get your hands on willow, this is hands down one of the most effective natural rooting hormones you can use. So, how do you choose the right method for your plants? Well, not all cuttings are the same, and honestly, picking the right rooting method can really boost your success rate. Soft, delicate cuttings, like herbs, tend to do best with gentle methods, like using honey or aloe vera. On the other hand, woody cuttings, such as fruit trees, usually respond better to stronger solutions, like willow water. And for plants that are prone to rot, think succulents or certain ornamentals, using cinnamon or garlic water helps prevent infection. As you experiment, you'll start to notice some patterns. Some plants just root easily, no matter what you do, while others need a little extra push. That's where these natural solutions really shine. They give you options. Common mistakes that kill cuttings, and how to avoid them. Even with the best rooting hormone, a few simple mistakes can really ruin your results. The biggest one, honestly, is overwatering. Cuttings don't need soaked soil, they need moisture and oxygen. Too much water just suffocates the cutting and leads to rot. Another common issue is using old or weak cuttings. Always choose healthy, vigorous stems. The energy stored in the cutting plays a huge role in root development. Temperature also matters. Most cuttings root best in warm conditions. If it's too cold, the process slows down dramatically. And finally, patience. Some cuttings root in days, others take weeks. Resist the urge to keep pulling them out to check. This can damage developing roots. Why do these methods work? Well, at the heart of all this is one simple principle. Plants respond to their environment. Natural rooting solutions either provide hormone-like compounds, like aloe and willow, or create optimal conditions for root formation, like honey, cinnamon, and garlic. By combining these approaches, you're basically giving your cuttings everything they need: protection, stimulation, and stability. This is soil science in action. Understanding how biological and chemical processes influence plant growth. Bringing it all together now. The beauty of these kitchen-made rooting hormones is really their simplicity. You don't need expensive products or complicated setups to propagate plants successfully. You just need the right cutting, a supportive environment, and a little help from nature. Start small. Try one method. Observe the results. Then experiment with combinations. Over time, you'll develop your own propagation system that works perfectly for your garden. Final thoughts. Gardening is as much about learning as it is about growing. Every cutting you take, every experiment you try, it all adds to your experience. These 5 natural rooting hormones aren't just tricks. They're tools that connect you to the deeper science of how plants live, adapt, and thrive. And once you understand that, your garden changes completely. If you found this helpful and want more practical science-backed gardening tips like this, make sure you subscribe to the Soil Science Garden. Share this with a fellow gardener who's struggling with propagation, and let's grow smarter together.